Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, we, in the, last night, technically early, first thing in the morning today.
2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m. Watched the 4th episode in the 2nd season of The Mandalorian.
Chapter 12.
Chapter 12.
And what did they call it again? It was
The Siege.
The Siege, yeah.
Okay, so, here's our quick non-spoiler, review. You're gonna notice a lot of things with these non-spoiler reviews. We're probably gonna be very optimistic about it because the things that we don't like will either be very blatant about, or honestly, we're not gonna be too. It's gonna be more of a personal preference, so we're not gonna put it on you. This episode's good. You see a lot of characters that you've seen before. I can say that without any real spoilers there. The characters are used well, and a lot of plot points are revisited that we really liked. And honestly,
And
it's
they expand
not,
on it.
Yes, it's not as just jaw-droppingly amazing as the last episode, but it's really good.
But you also couldn't do that. You gotta
I'd say it's on par at least with the first episode of the season, which was really good.
which is a great, honestly, great episode.
Yeah. So anyway, with that out of mind, if you still haven't watched it, please come back after you've watched it, because we are going to come into the spoiler talk.
You can leave now.
Yes. So, if you're here, I'm
But
assuming
please
you
like the
watched
video
this.
before you
yeah,
leave.
Why? Why wouldn't you do that? No. So,
Like it!
So, quick summary for the people that don't want to leave, even though they haven't watched it. We cut back to Mando and Baby Yoda on their hunk of junk flying through the galaxy. They stop at Navarro, because that's where Greef Karga is in charge of there, with Cara Dune as the marshal there now, and to get repairs. While they're doing that, Baby Yoda gets put in a school. Great. There's a bunch of cute scenes there.
Yep.
We see the blue guy, the blue fish guy that we saw in the first ever episode. He's now working as Greef Karga's accountant.
For 350 years.
Yep, solid sentence.
I wonder how long he lives then.
He must live pretty long. Baby
Well,
Yoda lives
to
like
think-
900 years.
I know,
so
but to think that a Wookiee lives like 300.
Mhm.
This guy lives
Yeah.
longer than a Wookiee?
Yeah.
Really?
But anyway, no, but,
Turns out Yondu is immortal.
no, but then, while that's going on, while Baby Yoda's at the school, Greef Karga needs Mando, with the help of Cara Dune, and the fish guy. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, which I feel bad for forgetting it.
Do they even say it?
I feel like they do. They all break into a Imperial, facility that's on... Yes, abandoned facility on the volcanic area on Navarro, which turns out to be not very abandoned. They break in, they set the reactor off, and then they go to a place that has a bunch of tubes, or what, do you remember those things? There's a bunch of...
Oh, Bacta tanks.
Yes, there's a bunch of Bacta tanks with creatures in them that you can't really tell what they are.
And
we will get to, with the Imperials working on it. And then we get a hologram from the doctor who was in charge of the things that was experimenting on Baby Yoda, talking about extracting blood from him.
One thing that's very important about this is that the two officers that were... Well, not officers, but the two guys that were there that got killed had the Kaminoan symbol on the arm.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, they did.
That's great.
Which is the same one that same guy who remember when they in season 1 where they got Baby Yoda and he was lying down there and he's like, please don't kill me, he's just a child.
Yeah.
He had the same insignia on his arm as well.
Okay, so
and they did shoot the thing. They're trying to
yes,
destroy the evidence.
They're destroying the evidence. They didn't even try to fight, really. Anyway, so there's a bunch of things in the tanks. What could they be? We don't know, but we have thoughts on that, which we will get to. Which then leads, what's it called? Which then you see a hologram by the said aforementioned doctor that experimented on Baby Yoda in the first season, and he sends a message to Moff Gideon about there only being about one willing test subject left, but there's no more blood to use. M, which is midichlorians. We then...
does he say that?
It's M blood. What could that be?
Well, no, does he say M blood?
What I sent you was what they call it. That when we were talking about
Okay, but did he say that in the episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
M count is what they said.
M count. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes.
Midichlorian.
So, what happens is they split up. Mando, pretty much goes off in one spot, and they go in the other on a transport unit. And yeah, it becomes a chase scene. They're on, what's it called? It's like a transport unit, but it has a turret on the back. Grief Karga, the fish guy, and Cara Dune are in.
It's in Star Wars Rebels. It's
Yes.
what do they call it? Like an Imperial
Yeah, it's pretty much
troop transport.
Yeah, it's a troop transport with a turret on the back.
Yeah,
they're getting chased down in the canyon by speeders and TIE fighters.
Love
They
the
take them
callback
out.
to Star Wars Rebels, by the way.
Yeah. The TIE fighters, the final TIE fighter gets taken out by the... Oh, the name of the ship is escaping me right now.
Razor Crest?
Razor Crest, flying in, which has now been repaired with Mando and Baby Yoda.
And actually repaired this time.
Yes. So that... Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
Just move my
I
foot.
keep... Yes, but I keep hearing... Foot.
I'm fine.
Down. You'll edit this out. Foot down.
I won't edit this out.
Oy.
It'd be a pain in the ass.
Mm.
But anyways, look at this. We actually got through basically the whole episode.
No,
in like
but there's
5
certain
minutes.
details. Yeah.
As
But
opposed
anyway-
to last time where it took 15.
But anyway, so we find out that the what's it called? The New Republic X-wing fighter that we saw come back and save, not Trapper Wolf, although Trapper Wolf is definitely there because there's 2 X-wings there.
I'm just assuming.
It's
Oh,
his
the-
partner in crime.
The
Partner in crime.
The thousands of pilots.
Yeah, and they're pretty much seen as police officers, which is interesting. They were interrogating Grief on his knowledge of where Mando is, and he doesn't tell them anything.
He gives them the bullshit.
He gives them nothing.
Yeah.
And then the pilot talks to Cara Dune, and we find out that Cara Dune's homeworld is Alderaan. And me and Carter went, oh,
Yeah,
that's why she's not there anymore,
Yeah,
because
I
they
kinda
see
got- yeah, you know.
nothing.
We're gonna save everyone. All of your families will be saved. Oh, the planet's fucking gone.
The planet is a
Where did
bye-bye.
it go? Where did it go?
Yeah, so that shows some it's good
Imagine
how
being
they use
blown
that.
up by your own moon.
Yeah. Anyway, that's no moon. But anyway, no,
old
so
man
they,
voice.
and then we cut to the thing that hyped me up a lot because I love Imperials. Moff Gideon's, I don't know if it's Star Destroyer, exactly, it's not as big. Cruiser though, or it doesn't look as big, but it might be bigger depending on the scaling. We don't get a
Not
good...
bigger than a Star Destroyer, but it's still a good size.
It's a good cruiser. And it turns out that one of the mechanics that worked on the Razor Crest installed a tracking device. So, as the Razor Crest is flying towards Ahsoka Tano, they are being tracked by Moff Gideon. And Moff Gideon is in a room with these it almost looks like a bunch of black suits on the walls.
Inquisitors?
And we don't know what they are. So Carter, what was your thoughts on this episode? I really liked it.
I think that I'm happy that Ahsoka did not show up in this episode, as I think this prepares it better for the next episode where we could possibly see Ahsoka Tano.
Possibly. It is directed by Dave Filoni.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Okay, basically, yeah, it really prepares it a lot better to see Ahsoka as this episode with. There's so many possible things in play. Because, I mean, my hope and what I think is going to happen, because Dave Filoni, I trust you on this, is that they... my first thought was like, okay, they're probably going to stop them before they get to Ahsoka. I'm like, no, they're going to let him get there. And we're going to get to see Ahsoka kick some Stormtrooper ass.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want to see that.
So here's the big questions we have here. What are in those chambers? First off, failed Force clones?
Okay, well, if we're... Okay, well... We could go... So...
I have a list of
Do
questions.
you want me to talk about the possible Episode 9 Emperor...
Yeah.
The way... So basically...
So here's
the way that... I haven't read the Episode 9 novelization, but from what I've heard of the Episode 9 novelization, the way that Palpatine survives in after Return of the Jedi is that he does a Force essence transfer to another body. However, he's not happy with this body, but he did have prior clones of himself that were incomplete.
I don't like
So
the
my
idea of
theory-
moving Force essence. Just say you clone the dude. You cloned him.
Nah, I think Force essence is cooler.
No, because you know what? Screw that. No. No.
Nah.
No. You cloned him. You cloned him.
Well, the reason I think I prefer the Force essence is because if you make a clone of them, then they're not going to remember any of their past experiences before that.
Which is what the rest of them did. Those did you see those fanatics around? They'll tell you what you did.
Really, you really think he's going to wake up and he's like, so, what happened in the past 40 years of my life?
That's not how it goes. But then but then again, would they honestly take the time to say it like that? No.
No, but do you see my
So
point?
what are they creating?
What are they creating?
So here's my
They're
four options,
using-
okay?
They're
I got 4 guesses here, okay?
they're gonna use. They were trying to use the midichlorians from Baby Yoda, obviously.
Okay.
But-
So, what are they creating? Random synthetic force sensitives. I'm just throwing all possible options out. The Emperor clone. I put clone, but it could be the Emperor's body as a host.
I believe so.
Inquisitors. Or, and this one, I thought about it for a second. I went, wait a goddamn minute. Could this be a this is a low likelihood, like under 5%.
Mhm.
Low likely a chance this is how you incorporate Starkiller into the modern canon. By immediately jumping the gun and making him a clone right away.
Oh.
Like that's like I don't want to waste too much time on this, but it is something that's worth thinking about. Okay?
Making him a clone right away.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
A desperate empire. Also, you could have a bunch of him being incomplete. Because remember that scene that it always reminds me is that scene on Dagobah in the Force Unleashed 2 game where you're fighting these wrong clones of Starkiller because they're just messed up.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting sight, and maybe those could be in the bacta tanks. Now, because, and here's the thing, I always wonder, like, why am I one? So here, what are the black suits in the last scene? So I have 5 things here, but Death Troopers, Purge Troopers, Shadow Troopers, New Troopers, or robots. What are those black things in there?
They look like Purge Troopers.
They look like they could be Purge Troopers.
Which, if so, I would love
But
to
they
see
really
some
did
of
a good job of hiding what they look like, though.
But the good thing about Purge Troopers is that some of them would use blasters, but some of them didn't. Some of them were a lot like melee combat, which, I mean, if they're going to go to Ahsoka, melee combat,
Yeah.
you're going to want
So
If they are Purge Troopers,
here's a question.
that's exciting.
Here's a question I
Because
have.
we've never seen Purge Troopers in live action.
Yes, the Purge Troopers have a great design. Now,
Awesome.
who's the test subject who's a volunteer? I don't know if they'll tell us this, but they make them. They do
Test
mention that there's one test subject who they don't want to test with. There's a volunteer who they can't test it. They don't want to test it on because they don't think it's safe, right?
Test what on?
Like injecting the blood and stuff like that. They mention that.
I need to go back and rewatch the scene because
Yes, I remember because I remember hearing it. Now here's what I thought: Imperial fanatic, Gideon himself, or this is my outworld theory, and this was what I was looking into a bit. And I don't know if this is how it'll be used, but I think this person's coming back. Fennec Shand, I think is how you say the name. Do you know who that is?
You mean
She is the sniper
assassin that
yes.
they
Here's why I think that, okay? And I don't know if she'll be. And don't get me wrong. I understand why she wouldn't be the Force sensitive.
Wait, what's the name of that chick who in the Empire that's really important?
Ray Sloan?
What if like Fennec Shand like becomes Ray Sloan?
Nah, because Ray Sloan's already in the canon, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I did some digging. This is Moff Gideon's legs, okay? These are the legs that rescue Fennec Shand. And people were thinking maybe that's Boba Fett, but I don't think so.
Okay, but to be fair, you are comparing the legs.
I am. But also, then I went,
That could be literally anyone.
when they were talking about people who created the character, they felt the character shared common attributes with the Fox, including trickiness, stealthiness, maneuverability, and...
The Fox?
Just wait. Stealthiness, maneuverability, and the ability to survive. That is it.
Sounds like Moff Gideon.
ability to survive. No. That's for Fennec Shan. So that's what I'm saying. She's probably alive. And she probably wants revenge for getting mortally injured.
To be fair,
I'm not saying she's gonna be a Force Wheeler. I'm just saying I think she's in that.
If they clone her or something like
Not
that.
clone her. I mean, like, just heal her, make her an Imperial.
Okay, but she got shot right in the like. She got shot directly in the chest, 0 armor.
Why would they take the time to show us that, though? They showed us someone watching it. And also, if they were going to show... And also, too, they never confirmed that that's Gideon. So maybe the fact that they... Because if it didn't matter...
Can you search up a picture of her with her mask? Fennec Shan. I want to see something on it.
You keep talking, I'll look.
About what? I don't know. Like...
But I know this will get a little off topic, but we probably have time for it because I didn't spend as much.
Oh, we got 14 minutes, man. At
least. We got a little more than that.
Yeah, we got time. Could you make that into an Inquisitor helmet?
Or at least a Purge Trooper.
Nah, Inquisitor. Purge Trooper helmet.
But she has no. But she's a sniper. Why the hell would you make that a lightsaber wielder?
Oh, but if you just... No, he went there just to take the helmet. He's like, this is a cool helmet.
I need that.
This is a cool helmet.
A fine addition to my collection.
That's what the Jawas are.
Yeah, literally. But no, like, you know what I mean?
Everyone's gotta make... They gotta start making memes about that. The Jawas. See the Razor Crest? Another fine addition.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I think... having her somewhat come back in some way, shape, or form would be nice. And also, too, but here's my question. If it didn't matter that Gideon finds her, because they make a whole point of someone walking up to her, right? So that has to be alluded to, otherwise why would you include that scene? Because if you wanted to show that the Imperials were chasing it, that Moff Gideon was chasing her, just have the goddamn TIE fighter land next to her. Yeah. But you show the legs watching. Yeah, just something to think about.
So I'm not sure what we're gonna see when it comes to that.
Yeah, but I just thought it was nice to have that.
That can go so many directions. That's why I'm not gonna really put my foot in one place.
So, but here's the thing. If we're getting Ahsoka, and I don't want Ahsoka to fight Gideon, because I feel like that puts 2 characters at risk that I don't want to put at risk right now.
I don't want that either. Because
Gideon should if Gideon's gonna die, assuming Gideon dies this season, because and that doesn't always happen. But there's always there's a villain lost usually at the end of the season, right? In the first season, it was Gideon and the TIE fighter. He lost the fight. Okay.
Okay, but he didn't die.
No, he didn't. But I feel like also too, but you can't just keep having him lose.
What if you had like the heroes to a certain extent lose at the end of the second season?
You could
not die, but lose.
You could
like basically have it be like season 3's coming.
But then here's
there is deep shit.
But here's my thing that I worry about.
Okay.
I'm worried they'll kill Ahsoka. I'm worried about that. I don't want him to kill Ahsoka because I feel like at this point there's no right answer on how to kill Ahsoka.
But she has to be dead for episode 9 because she talks in that thing. When everyone's like, Ray. You never heard that?
I didn't hear her.
Oh, yeah, right.
So that's an issue then.
Yeah, so she has to be dead before episode 9. And she probably...
I don't think Gideon should be the one to kill her, though. Gideon shouldn't she shouldn't lose to a non-Force wielder. Like, think of it this way. Ahsoka's first ever original death, we'll call it, was dying by Vader. Right? For a few seasons, that was her death, okay? It wasn't totally confirmed, but that's a good way to go out, okay? Let's be honest.
Darth Vader? Yeah.
Yes. That's the best way you can to go out.
And she put up a fight against Vader. Like, yeah. She gave him a shot with the mask.
She also only loses that fight. She doesn't only lose that fight, but the main key in why she loses that fight is a lot like Obi-Wan, where it's protecting someone else. Because she forces Ezra and Kanan away.
And I imagine as soon as she finds out that it is Anakin, that's got to make it harder for her.
Well, but also too, it's just more of just defending than attacking. And also too, and that's the thing. Well, she didn't go out. So yes, she takes a sneak attack on him.
That's the way that Kanan goes too. he's protecting everyone else because the thing blows and he's using the Force to keep all the
and I don't think
back.
Ahsoka's the type of person that's gonna die of old age. Like, only Yoda really fits that model of dying of old age, because Ahsoka... Okay, so anyway, where were we? Oh, right, okay. So the video cut out again, which is becoming an ongoing trend, but as long as this gets up in one piece, well, I'll be good. If it didn't come up in one piece, I'm currently seething.
Yeah.
But no, like, there's so many ways that this can go. The thing is, though, is if you go back and look and compare some of the voice acting with the live actions, they're good. They hold it well. You know what I mean? Like, I have faith in that system that they use.
One thing I would like to say that's very funny about Ahsoka is when she was first introduced in 2008.
I hated her. With
Everyone
passion.
hated her.
I hated her with a passion.
Everyone hated her.
I watched the movie.
And now she's downright iconic.
Her first 5 lines are her worst lines ever. You call me Sky Guy? I'm like, shut the fuck up! I hope you die first in the temple, you little shit.
The only good part about any of those scenes is just the clones laughing.
But it's not even that good because it's just cringy. You're like, what are you laughing at, Rex? Is this the first joke you've ever heard? You work with goddamn Kenobi and Skywalker.
I know, but it's just kind of Rex just kind of going like, haha, she's
Here's
14.
just question, just a timing question. When is the moment that Ahsoka's character changes for you? Because her character design slowly gets older over time, which is good. They slowly age the character.
Like, when does she become fully mature?
No. When do you stop hating her? When do you start to stop hate her?
Season 3 or 4.
Really? I would say one of the early ones that help is the Geonosis arc. When she's
when she goes with Barriss Offee?
I think, and also too, like when she's when they're stuck in that it's like the brain invader crap.
Oh, the transport.
That episode was terrifying, by the way.
Oh yeah.
As a kid,
it's
still unsettling watching it now. It's the worm that takes over people's mind.
If you want to know actually how like kind of downright terrifying that is, I've been rewatching the Clone Wars and
don't watch it now. We're gonna rewatch it again. Spoiler by the way. Oh, by the way, we should mention this now.
I started like last month, so.
So stop now. We are actually going to rewatch all of the animated series. We're actually animated shows that Star Wars has released. We are actually starting with Star Wars Resistance because we've never seen it,
and we're almost done season 1.
And we will give reviews of season 1 and season 2 because there's only 2 seasons. We will then do Rebels and then work our way back to Clone Wars. Why are we doing Clone Wars last? Because we remember Clone Wars the best. So I feel like we should save it last and try and not force us to forget, but to give us enough time to kind of forget it a bit, so that we
it's not even just that. Like for example, Resistance, we're both watching that because we've never seen it. Yeah. Rebels, you've seen part of it, but not all of it. I've seen all of it.
I'm missing a lot of spots.
But the thing is, you remember all of the Clone Wars, so we should be able to. We should watch Rebels with Clone Wars in mind, saying, okay, this from Clone Wars, and we can pull from that. But if we watch Clone Wars first, I'd be like, wow, in Rebels, that person characters goes, and you're like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, like, we're not watching in chronological order, but then again, Star Wars wasn't made in chronological order, so it's okay.
Who gives a shit?
But no, anyway, so what do you expect when the Imperials catch up with the Razor Crest on Corvus? Karis. I'm hoping to see ATSTs drop, AT-ATs drop. An AT-AT would be nice. But don't use a lot of them. Because, keep in mind, they made a big deal out of the AT-ST, which is what I liked. The AT-ST in that one episode of The Mandalorian is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Because it's tough to take out.
Terrifying.
It's like, so maybe 2 AT-STs, maybe an AT-AT, but you don't want them to look like punks. This isn't... It's
not a full-scale battle.
Yeah.
So you can't make it that.
You also don't want to nerf the crap out of these Imperials. You've done a good job so far of keeping them okay, even though they've been somewhat weak. At times. You've balanced this out by killing IG and by killing Queel. The Queel one, by the way, is the one that gets me. Queel just bites the dust. An amazing character in Season 1. Proper way, though. Because you needed to build stakes, and Queel's character can only go so far.
Yeah.
It was a great character, but it was only like a two-dimensional character.
Yeah.
But yes, like, so there are certain characters I feel are safe. The fish face guy, he's not safe though.
Oh, he's not.
I thought fish face, and that's what I'm
Grief
calling him now.
Karga and Cara Dune are going to be safe for at least this season.
I'd say Cara Dune is safe, safer than Grief.
Yes, I agree.
But that's mostly just because of age.
Well, it's not even just that. Well, it might be one of those things where because yeah, because of age, because it'll be to the point where he's like, oh yeah, I'm older. You guys
Yeah, and also too, there's more subtle plots on Cara Dune's character right now with the fact that she was born on Alderaan, and there's that tension between her and the new Republic troopers. So there's more just secondary plots for her to do other than Grief Karga, which is kind of turned his life around already.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love the fact that the bar that they almost died in, they turned it into a one-room school.
I love that.
The place there looks nice. I do find it impressive though how well the Imperials have spies everywhere. It really calls back to. It actually reminds me of the New Hope spy. Remember him?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's the weird
giant nose.
He's the weird like
the
elephant
dude who
crap.
The dude who looks like those like old like.
You hated him in the Lego
old
game because he
doctors.
always ran away when you fought him.
Do you remember like those like doctors?
Yes,
like, a few hundred years ago, like, the big
the
nose?
plague doctors.
Yeah, the
yes.
plague doctors. Yeah.
Yes, and you know what it also reminded me of?
What?
The Force Awakens. Remember that woman that was with that big guy in Maz Kanata's castle?
Oh yeah, and they had the whole thing like, oh, alert the Resistance. Oh, alert the First Order.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? This is the way we're gonna make a fight scene.
Oh yeah,
It's
but
kinda
there's
dumb.
a
I'm not
couple.
gonna lie.
If we're gonna see, I'm gonna say this again though. If we're gonna see certain Imperials, I want more than just Moff Gideon. But that's just because I'm greedy. Moff Gideon is a great villain to lead the troop.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
But if you introduce Thrawn, you then have to excuse why he isn't in Force Awakens, and I don't know if you want to do that. Does time work in the place that they are in? Does time work normally?
In what?
Where are they?
Where are they? Well, okay. Well, basically,
Just tell me where they are.
I can't because we don't know.
Does time work the same way?
Probably
So they're old.
older. We don't know how.
You know what I mean, though?
How does Chiss age, though? To be fair,
That's true. That's true.
I mean, if that fish guy can live 350 years old,
Yeah, and he ain't no spry young wood chipper.
and he's not like a Wookiee or anything like that.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, that's fair. Are you
Because
gonna
basically-
assume? I have a question. Are you gonna assume that Thrawn and Ezra don't kill each other in that time?
Yeah.
Do you think that they've just had a mutual agreement?
Maybe.
Because if I was stuck with somebody for frickin' eternity, I'd just be like, you know what, I'm tired.
Well, I mean, that's what.
if you kill them, it's just you.
I know you haven't
It's
seen
just
Rebels,
you.
but in Zeb, when
Zeb.
Callus is still with the Imperials before he makes his turn.
I don't know if Thrawn would identify with...
Zeb and Callus are stranded together, and they're basically like, we can't kill each other because we need to get the hell out of here.
Here's my question. I don't know if Thrawn would identify with these new Imperials.
I don't know. I don't know if he would either, because because the thing is that
Thrawn hated the racism. He really did.
oh well, I mean, I'm reading the
And
book
this-
because they're so racist towards him as
And
well.
yeah, but just think about it. And the Emperor's gone. He might not know it, but when he finds out, I honestly wouldn't mind him working on the good side, but he'd have to die. Because you then have to
I
excuse...
don't know if I'm on the good side, but I don't know what you would do with him, because it'd be tricky. Because the thing is that with Thrawn, like...
Thrawn Thrawn is the living embodiment of a Roman Reigns that you love. You can't make him look bad. He always has to... Roman's gotta look strong. Thrawn's gotta look strong. Thrawn is a character identified with how brilliant he is and how much smarter he is than you. Yes, you, whoever's watching, he's smarter than you. You have a PhD, he has a I'm a whoop your ass degree. It doesn't matter what you do, he is smarter than you. He's smarter than me. Which isn't a high bar, but it is still there. But anyway, let's not get too straight. Here's the Imperials I want to see, because we know they're
Can I
here.
at least say
Yes.
how they leave in Rebels? So basically...
Not too much, though.
Yeah. if spoilers
Because we're planning on
for
reviewing
Rebels,
it.
if you haven't seen it, it's
We're
not really
gonna.
that. You don't see them in the movies,
Okay,
so
anyway,
obviously you have to
anyway.
go away. Anyways, but the way that Ezra and Thrawn end up going away is they have this fight scene, and basically there's these animals that can travel through hyperspace. And basically,
fun.
he gets wrapped up in one, and so does Ezra, and then they go to hyperspace. And we have no idea where they are.
Yeah. So anyway, here's the Imperials I want to see because we know they're out there.
Are we going to see Hera Syndulla's kid?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That'd be cool.
I want to see I want to see the operator. Do you know who the operator is?
Explain.
Gallius Rax. I've told you this name before.
Oh.
And this is amazing. This is
Gallius
amazing.
Rax. Where's
There's
that from?
so many. Just listen. No, he's not. That's Osric Stern.
Oh.
Gallius Rax is like the Emperor's Imperial apprentice. Canon. 100% canon. He's the guy who told the fleets. He's almost like Ray Sloane's boss. This is totally canon, 100%. But we've never frickin' seen him.
I'm down.
I know. Like, and he has... I've seen designs of his ship, and it's terrifying. It looks like that... You remember that thing from the Smash Bros. Brawl thing? Remember the giant thing that comes out of the subspace emissary?
Which character?
The giant thing. It's the giant ship that Bowser and Ganondorf is on. The end of this thing.
Is it like Fox's
It has a
ship?
giant cannon thing on it. It's the giant thing. It looks like a city's in it. Hang on. But I want to see him. I want to see... Gallius Rex is mentioned in Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Of course it is.
Was an Imperial officer who held that rank of Fleet Admiral during the Galactic Civil War.
We gotta end the video soon.
Mhm.
Long, it'll be hard to edit.
We do. I want to see Hask. So he apparently died on Jakku, but there's no body. Sasabit.
Does it mention that?
It says he died on Jakku, but we've never seen his body, and there's literally no picture of him.
They could easily just switch
Yes, there's so much. His date has an approximate. That's how much they don't know about this guy. He was on the Shadow Council, Jakku Imperial Remnant. His masters was Darth Sidious. He's codenamed the Operator, which is just a cool name, honestly. He had an Executor Star Dreadnought Ravager.
Can you show me a picture of it?
I really want to.
Executor Star Dreadnought Ravager?
If it is what I've seen before online, it's a terrifying thing. And I didn't see it go down.
Just go to images.
Oh, it's not in here. Oh, you're lucky. There's only designs of him, though. There's nothing really concrete. But no, like, it's... But I want...
Anyways, let's continue.
Yes.
We're getting off topic.
Yes, you keep talking.
About what?
I don't know.
I just kind of...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, what? Do you see it?
It's a lot like the Super Star Destroyer.
Let me see.
Is all I'll say.
Let me see.
There's one that's like this. There's a Super Star Destroyers type.
That's
thing.
almost identical to like what look. It's very similar to a First Order Star Destroyer as well.
It is. It is.
Very similar.
I saw a terrifying design that I'll show you later then. But it's hype. It's like nothing you've ever seen.
Anyways, we gotta close this
Yes,
video.
anywho.
So,
Oh, I found it.
show me.
Oh, there's that.
Oh,
that thing.
that looks very similar
But,
to the one in Battlefront 2.
Then where is it?
The ship that they have in Battlefront 2.
Where is it?
What the hell? That's
Yeah.
like the ghost with the Star
No,
Destroyer
but look how
stuck
big
through-
it is.
Oh my god. I'm
Yeah.
not sure about that design though.
Oh, well, you're not looking. You're looking at it from the back, though.
Oh, that's from the back. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways.
But anyway, yeah, no. So thank you for watching this episode. It hopefully will be one. If it isn't, I'm pissed.
Ahsoka's
And
coming.
we're disappointed. Ahsoka's
Ahsoka
coming.
is coming.
Please comment down below what you thought of the episode because we would love to hear your opinions.
And
Yeah. And your theories.
And
And And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. And we will be back shortly. We are going to release our Eastern Conference review for the Reverse Retro jerseys, which we will make after we post this, because we don't have the phone storage.
Yay.
Also, be sure to go back and watch our recent Only Hockey podcast. Thanks for watching.